significantly better. And I think Fox is very similar. Fox is really good, but when it comes to actually getting the kill, it's a little more honest than some other characters, I believe. And the disadvantage is just horrendous. But we're going to have to continue this question of the day a little bit later because ChunkyKong and Bernie are getting at it.
No overrated characters here. We've got some middle-tier, high-tier characters, perhaps, as ChunkyKong has been making the argument that DK, once reviled as like a bottom 5 character, is swinging out here and consistently making high placings in multiple Wi-Fi tournaments.
I mean, to kind of springboard off of both things that are going on right now, like, I feel like Donkey Kong might be a bottom 5 character, but that doesn't mean he's bad. I feel like the character still has enough tools to cook. And that's why, like, who's the most underrated character? Or overrated character, rather. I feel like there's just so many characters that that decision can't be made in a vacuum. Because look at Bernie right here. We don't see a lot of links, but when we do, and one to the pedigree of Bernie, they can cook. Nice chase right there, too. Okay, Bernie already opening up pretty huge in the second stock as that dash attack only whiffs by a couple millimeters. Bernie looking completely unperturbed by it, though. Finding another back air, setting up the bomb, and it finds its mark. Some arrows, another bomb. I was going for nair ledge trapping. Very effective against a big body.
And one thing that Bernie does so well in this matchup is he's actually making ChunkyKong sweat when he's at edge. Like, so many people let DK come back for free because ChunkyKong just waits out their options. Not Bernie. This man is so proficient at exploiting his character's weakness, not letting ChunkyKong land, not letting him out of disadvantage ever, and parrying that.
Wow.
What a legend.
I know exactly what you're going to do when you're going to do it, and I'm going to make sure you know it too. 40% tacked on, but that stock is still taken either way. ChunkyKong needing to take that stock early and managing to do it. 40% is not too bad.
Still not over that parry. Like, his shield would have actually disappeared if he had just normal blocked that. And I think I saw Bernie earlier go for that string where it's like that connected. Okay, still alive. But I think I saw Bernie earlier go for that string where you Z-drop the bomb, forward air 1, drag down, and just repeat over and over. So if he has those, we might be in for a show on FT.
Agreed, and a big body character like DK is a perfect position to show you what you got. And this time, Z-drop not needed, up B immediately intercepts ChunkyKong's attempted high recovery, and that is an easy game 1 for Bernie.
This thing got me feeling some kind of way. Like, just the movement alone is already enough to just make me reminisce of the offline days. It just looks so comfortable moving around, and I miss seeing that level of fluidity in the style that Bernie's putting out there right now.
Well, wait till you see Bernie offline. Actually, plot twist. Bernie only moves like this online. Offline can't do it. But yeah, something to note, Scabs, as you mentioned, was the pressure being put on to Donkey Kong while, at the ledge. And that's kind of the downside of the big characters that has to be exploited is, hey, your options for getting off the ledge aren't that nice. Donkey Kong's back air, amazing. Getting up from the ledge, realistically, you have a side B. That's the only thing you really have to worry about is a side B super arming through your buttons. Bernie exploiting that weakness of Donkey Kong. Not sure if you're going to be able to do it here. Oh, almost getting grabbed again. That would have been awful.
Yeah. We already see that Bernie's going to try for a few of these platform drop up airs too. That's going to make this so difficult for Chunky to land. Typically, on stages like this, you go to the platforms when you're trying to retreat from a ton of pressure. Look at that, though. Holding down on the up B was Bernie trying to go ahead and just trick Chunky, and he gets the tech again. Bernie's tech skill is absolutely insane. These techs are flawless. We haven't seen him miss a single one.
Actually pull that Missy Elliott out there. Put that thing down, flipped it, and reverse that whole situation. I don't even know where the presence of mind came from.
Or is it going to be up E? Oh, good tech.
He did it again, though.
Yeah, and I do think... I think these are more of the preemptive techs, because it's one of those, hey, Chunky Kong likes to go for spikes. So, Bernie, fully aware of that. Oh, goodbye. There's no way you're loving that. Bernie aware that's putting themselves in risky scenarios, but knowing the option out if it doesn't go correct.
For what it's worth, though, I do love how ChunkyKong was completely keeping pace with Bernie that whole stock. We've been singing praise of Bernie, but the scrapping ability of ChunkyKong is still pretty much unparalleled a lot of the time.
Yeah, but you're scrapping at 76%. I don't want to scrap anymore. 91, just Bernie right now is just trampling over ChunkyKong. Back air does come out, does manage to take that stock, but you're still at 91%, scary position to be in.
Now, typically what we see Chunky do when he's down like this is we see him wait. He's a super patient player. The problem is that when you're down this much and you're getting tossed around by these projectiles, you may not have that luxury. You kind of have to force an option here. And it looks like Bernie, with his safe shield pressure with that neutral air, isn't going to give ChunkyKong a single opportunity.
Ooh. That is so cheap. I did, using the slant on Yoshi. The nair at the ledge, I don't think Donkey Kong has an answer. We saw ChunkyKong stand up while the nair came out and use the intangibility to avoid the first nair just to get naired on shield after. And I honestly don't know what the solution is to get off the ledge versus Link as Donkey Kong currently.
Yeah, I'm kind of scratching my head at it too. Like maybe some cheeky armor plays with like a charge punch or up B. Maybe even the side B, but like you have to mix up all your options, and being in that position just takes such a toll when you're already behind. I'm thinking like this game will be hard pressed for ChunkyKong to come back during.
Yeah. Up smash, not gonna do it quite yet, but you cannot eat another one of those. Good job on the tech. ChunkyKong getting the grab. What can we make happen? Up air not gonna connect.
And that's so unfortunate. Looks like the rage he was out of Ding Dong, but again, covering landings with forward smash is something that Chunky's super good with. This is the opportunity now. All you really need is 1 or 2 grabs to get it, but no, Bernie not going to give Chunky any openings, covering that roll with the forward air, and that is all she wrote. 2-0 to Bernie.
Solid 2-0 so far, but like we were saying before, we're in best of 3 territory, best of 3 mode. So there's hope. There's still hope. Not a whole lot right now, but I mean, we've seen wilder comebacks happen. ChunkyKong, what you got?
I think he got to put that stage in the back pocket. I think that he was trying to definitely jank Bernie off the top, and just no opportunities were given there.
Yeah.
Yeah, even the first attempt, you know, ChunkyKong went up there, didn't grab left while Bernie was on the right. And then after Bernie retaliated, you know, the falling up airs that were mentioned earlier came through. And I think the falling up air was a double-edged sword. It was a, hey, if you hit a button, you get hit. But also, you can no longer ding-dong me. I'm out of the scenario that could potentially kill me. So it kind of covered 2 options that were really important. And Bernie has shown that Donkey Kong is in awful positions when above Link and when on the ledge against Link. So ChunkyKong really going to have to dig deep, really make a bunch of adjustments to claw their way back into this.
All right, potentially the last game of the series going to Battlefield, and ChunkyKong already looking miles more than he did before.
Absolutely. Whoa. Ooh. Great conversion. ChunkyKong looking fantastic. Gonna go for back air? No, and Bernie doesn't want to fight anymore. Bernie said, not anymore.
The eject button.
That was a presidential election. You know what? I don't even want to be a candidate no more. I'm out. Oh, still alive. ChunkyKong did not think that was going to happen. I didn't think it was going to happen either. But the up air does still manage to find its mark eventually. And Bernie, fantastically right now. 30% first stock looking great.
Can we talk about how this man really went coast to coast and still got killed for it? Like, he tried every single thing that he could to get away from that, including the multiple eject options with that bomb, and he still just got up aired for it.
Donkey Kong looking like the government. You can't get away. Cali to Maryland, don't matter. Pay your taxes.
Yes, sir. Oh, still alive, but this is bad. Whoa, what a
Such a risk. And we saw that earlier. Oh, nice. One more. Oh my God. Chunky Kong coming alive.
Down low complete? Are we saying down low complete?
Well, we will throw out that Bernie took quite the risk. You know, that up B was unnecessary. That was one of the, I want to up B to let you know I'm so smart. I know exactly what you're going to do. You could have reacted to a free-falling monkey. Like, you didn't have to take that risk, and that risk cost Bernie an entire stock.
You could die here, actually. No jump. The situation's reset. You could drop low and just up B again, but ChunkyKong dropping a bit lower, but still getting tagged by the same situation.
And that's, again, the up B. Just run under and do it up there. Do a dash attack. You have such safe options. Bernie still has a chance, though. But by no means is Bernie out of this. If Bernie continues to play this way, Bernie can bring this back. We've seen some magic happen before. Do have to start by getting that first stock, though. I mean, that second stock.
This is the danger zone, though. If you give ChunkyKong rage and a stock lead and confidence and momentum, I mean, what more does he need to go ahead and come back in this set? 81% right now. We'll have to see if he's in the ding-dong window on top of these platforms. But Bernie has to go ahead and play very passive and very keep-away style for just a little bit until ChunkyKong's got a little bit more damage.
That was 61% unanswered. This is great. Like, Bernie is making all the right calls, and they're all safe calls. Safe calls. Really, there have only been 2 risks throughout the last 30 or 40 seconds of play by Bernie.
Oh, and did that bomb break his grab? That was such a weird-looking situation. Okay, but now he's off stage. Bernie can still very much win. No dash attack, going right for the grab and for situation reset.
Is that it? Almost.
Still alive. Nice dodge. Nice recovery. Okay.
Oh, there's a V-grab.
V-grab. Only gets an extra, but could be enough.
Let's make it back. This is the scariest game 3 I've seen in a while, despite the fact it's Bernie's up 2-0. Bomb is enough.
And you know what set that up is Bernie, again, neutral air twice on Chunky's shield, and Chunky had no response. He tried to jump and back air, but it did not work. Instead, Bernie opening him up and taking that game 3 in a nail-biter. ChunkyKong definitely showing off a little bit more life and a lot of magic right there, but not enough to reverse the set and make the reverse 3-0 comeback.
Yeah, just a little too late. ChunkyKong coming alive game 3 is fantastic. You just... unfortunately, need to do a game number 2 because coming alive for 1 game wasn't enough because Bernie turned it up at the end. That is for sure.
Yeah, everything that ChunkyKong did was great, but it just needed to happen earlier at the end of the day. Bernie had just such a commanding presence over those first 2 games that I don't even blame ChunkyKong for taking a bit longer to get themselves back on track. Like, there was a lot going on there. Just the bomb recoveries, the tech chase scenarios, the juggles out of this world, the movement. Like, I would have gotten lost in the mix too.
Oh, yeah.
I'm lost and I watched.
Yeah.
It's definitely going to be hard to learn a matchup like that so quickly when you're facing like somebody who's a technical expert in their character. Like some of the tech that Bernie was doing, like J-Dog, you talked about a little bit, the Z-drop shenanigans where he was trying to Z-drop bomb and to re-catch it after first hit back air. He tried to do that a couple times. Even with that tech, we saw just the bomb recoveries, all of the things that Bernie had in his back pocket. It's really hard to just add those patterns to your play to figure out what the counterplay is when you're facing a bit of an unusual character in Link.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. And I'm not sure, I'm not going to look it up right now, but someone said that Bernie has lost 1 game the entire tournament.
With plays like that, I believe it. Like, Bernie is playing out of their mind.
That's just, that's just phenomenal. You know what I mean? There's nothing else to really say about that.
Mm-hmm. Well, I had one thing to say, Vamos Bernie, because this is looking nice right now.
He lost 1 game to Yanni's Steve.
Wow. Steve, I feel that. I'm going to be honest.
Okay, I want to know what happened that game.
We're going to lose so many Steves when offline comes. All the DLC, I don't know what any of them do. I mean, I can talk about it, but I don't know what any of them do.
I mean, Sephiroth seems pretty straightforward, but Steve is just like...
That's true.
Steve is this game's Pac-Man. Like, I feel like Pac-Man just had a bunch of stuff that was happening last game that, like, you could have a vague knowledge of what was happening, but the specifics were just kind of magic. I think that's Steve. I think Steve is the cryptid of Smash Ultimate.
I feel that completely. I did want... Or what were we going to say, Scaps?
No, you take it, Logic.
No, I wanted to hear J-Dog's overrated character because I'm pretty sure you're on Team Fox.
I mean, I don't know. There's very few because there's just so many characters. I think in a vacuum, decision is really, really hard to make. But if I had to pick one, like gun to my head, I would say between probably Fox or Game & Watch. Yeah.
Good choices.
Game & Watch is like, I think, a pretty strong character, but Maestro's the only one still doing anything. And like, I don't know, like he shuts people out, but his gameplay is pretty limited, but it's a damn good like linear play style. So I don't know. It's really between Fox and Game & Watch for me.
I forgot about Olimar. Dang it, I missed my chance.
I was keeping my mouth shut because that was the first thing I expected to hear out of your mouth. I expected to hear Olimar.
Well, people actually don't complain about Olimar nearly too much anymore.
True.
So it would have been, if you asked me this a year and a half ago, Olimar hands down. But when you ask me this now, I'm gonna have to go with Fox or Bowser.
You want to get a hot take? Hot take for me would actually be Luigi. I think that's like a bottom 5 or bottom 10 character. A lot of people think he's carried by the 0 to deaths, but it's actually, if you take him to not Final T, not Kalos, a stage where he actually has to interact with you, then just don't get grabbed. Platform camp that man.
You said bottom 5, bottom 10.
I think that character is super
70
bad.
characters. That is a hot take.
Yeah. All right. You showed your work. You showed your work, so you still get full credit.
All right. What's your hot take, Jade? Hot take's a new one. I don't even know a hot take yet. I gotta think. But what is yours?
I don't even think I have a hot take, honestly. Like, I think the hottest take I have is just like there's no like. There are 10 characters in top 5, so like having that conversation over and over is just redundant. But that's really it. Like, I don't even know if that's a hot take. Like, most people can kind of come to that conclusion, but I don't think enough people are like really saying that enough yet.
My hot take, I'm gonna give 2. The first one's gonna be piggybacking. I think the game's actually really balanced.